Hey, I'm Robert, just ThaRogue on Twitch and socials and JTR Digital on YouTube. Going to be playing a bit of Football Manager 2024. I've always wanted to do a Football Manager video. It's one of my favourite games of all time, but I didn't really know what to do. And I've got North Ferriby from way down in the non-leagues up to the Championship. So I thought I'd sort of chronicle a bit of my first season in the Championship with North Ferriby. We're going to look at the history and how I got there. Then we're going to go through the first team. Then we're going to play the first game, which I believe is home to Watford in the league, and then we're just going to go from there and see what happens. So what I did is I fast forwarded to the real date, as my budgie is going crazy in the background, I apologise. So it was like January 2024, and I took a job from a team that had no manager, so it was sort of realistic, I guess. And then what I did was I took over at North Ferriby. They're the first team to offer me a job. So we started here in 2024. You can see I finished 11th in the league. They were down in the relegation zone. I managed to pull them back up to 11th, which is good. And then I got promoted straight away. I won the league next season. I only signed a couple of players. I signed some good players though and won the league fairly comfortably in the end, which was good. Yeah, so I won the Northern Premier League Division 1 East. Then first time of asking, I won the Northern Premier League Premier Division. Won that league, and then we got to the Vanarama National North. Now I got promoted a bit too quickly there, I feel. My team wasn't quite good enough. Finished 19th, just avoided relegation. And then the next season I finished 6th, made some good signings, finished 6th. And then the next season after that I finished 3rd and got promoted finally. My first season in the Vanarama National League I finished 6th. I think I just failed the playoffs. It was the first round of the playoffs to Swindon, 2-0. Then this is where things have started to go a bit wrong for me, I think. So I came second in the Vanarama National and got promoted. I immediately finished second in Sky Bet League 2 and got promoted. And then I finished second in Sky Bet League 1 and got promoted. And all I've been able to do, because of my finances, I haven't got that much money. So you can see I've only got 340,000 in the bank. I've not been able to buy absolute quality players, but I've been able to buy and strengthen the areas that I'm lacking and sort of cycle the players through. I've sort of built the team up over time. It's successful. It's got me to the Championship. I just think I'm going to really struggle, which is why I wanted to make a video of this. So let's have a look at this first team then and see who plays where and does what. So I'm just going to start looking at Felix Goddard. He's been my first choice goalkeeper for the past, 5 seasons. And if you look, he's conceding more goals than games. And he's not exactly rated very well. So we're going to go back to my squad. This back 5 are all brand new. They're all brand new signings. O'Connor is a signing on loan. And he, as you can see, if I compare him with Goddard, he's not much of an upgrade. He's better in the air. He's a bit more eccentric and he's a tad bit better mentally. He's just not very quick. But because Goddard has failed over the last 5 seasons, I wanted to get somebody who hopefully is an upgrade. For my left back, we've got 2 fullbacks on support. We've got Tresmanio, who is a 25-year-old Filipino, who I got on a free transfer from Plymouth. And you'll see that he has very good physicals and very good mentals. Technically very, very poor. And this is the problem. My team's got through by being quicker and stronger than everyone else. That's not going to work this high up, I don't think. I don't think I'm going to get out of the Championship by just having a quick, strong team. It's just not going to work. Players coming down from the Premier Division are going to be quicker and stronger. This is Trasmanio, again, new signing, as well as Parker, who is a new signing. Again, you can see good physicals, decent mentals, slightly better technicals, but still not very good. At least he's got decent defensive technicals. The only thing that worries me about my 2 wing backs is they're both only 6 foot and they're not great in the air. I do concede a lot of back post headers, so I did want to get taller fullbacks that just weren't available to me. For starting centre backs, we have Cox, decent, good in the air, good at defending. He's not too bad. He is a League 2 level player apparently. But Kavanagh is actually my 4th choice centre back. The reason he's playing is because Thomas has an injury and Jeffrey, who would be my starting centre-back, is suspended. He is come in from Colwyn Bay on a free transfer and he came across with that suspension, so I'm not going to be able to play him. Kavanagh has played with me, I think it was just 1 season. Yeah, he played 34 games and he rated a 7, which is fine. Signed him from Wrexham for 35,000. So we're going to have this guy as my starting centre-back in the first game. He'll do fine, I suppose. So we're playing this 4-2-2-2, this Brazilian box as it's called. I've got the ball-winning midfielder here. This is Carline, who I believe is also another new sign. Just so I haven't played this save for 3 months, so I'm going through this team for my sake as well as yours. And so we have Carline here who's playing the ball-winning midfielder. He's not too, again, good physically and good mentally, which is what I want in this position. I don't want them on the ball too much. I want them to win the ball back and then get rid of it. So he's got decent tackling, decent marking. What's his passing? His passing is 8. That's fine. As long as his passing is enough to give it to either the deep line playmaker or a centre-back, I don't mind. That's his job, is just to win the ball back and chase it down. Then we have Unwin, who... Again, good physicals, good mentals. It's the theme of my team. Played with me since the Vanarama National. He's basically been in the first team. He's done quite well. He's getting the goals. He's getting assists. He's got quite a decent average rating, over 7 every season for the last 3 seasons. So that's good. Signed him on a free from Peterborough. He's going to be my deep line playmaker. And he's going to try and get the ball up to these 4 up top. So we're going to start with Bagley, who's my advanced midfielder. He's going to be playing on support. Again, not great technicals, but good physicals and good mentals. It is just the theme of this team all the way through, pretty much. And then there's Ania, who's been with me a while, I think, if I remember rightly, who is probably one... We're starting to see the front 3 are probably the 3 best players on the team. We're starting to see some of these numbers look a bit bigger. I apologise for my budgie as well, he is going crazy. Signed for 150,000 for Plymouth. He's got 20 goal contributions in 44 games, which was pretty good. And he's going to play as an advanced playmaker. He's trying to get it to the top 2. Now, these are my 2 best players on the team. We have Bateman, who's going to be playing as a poacher, because that's what's worked well for me in the past. Got him a free from Haverfordwest, where he didn't do very well, unfortunately. But he is sort of decent, 16 finishing. He doesn't have the physicals, but he does have the mentals and the finishing. I'm hoping playing him as a poacher is just going to be able to nip in and get the ball and just put it in the back of the net. So we'll see what happens there. And then we have Adamson, who's a bit more work rate. He's playing as advanced forward. Yeah, so he's going to have a bit more work rate. He's going to try and chase that ball down. And he played with me last year. 26 goal contributions in 41 games, 7.29. He was very good last year. There we go. That is the team going into this first game. I am a bit worried that we're a bit lacking in the technicals, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, here we go into the game. I just realised Max Adamson's unhappy because I broke too many promises. Like I said, I haven't played this save for 3 months, so I'm trying to remember exactly what promises I broke. Let's submit the team. Always good when the assistant recommends we've got nothing to lose here, so I'm not looking forward to this. It's going to be interesting. I'll go for we've got nothing to lose. Just make me proud, guys. Nobody's interested at all. Everybody's quite new, so they don't really know who I am, so I'm not there to G them up. Skip the intro, let's go. Straight with a highlight. Adamson to Bateson. Carline to Cox. 100% possession so far in the championship. Just Mario, Bagley. Well, we're keeping possession well anyway. Down to Parker. We just need to get the ball up to the front 4 because they're the ones that I trust to get the job done. Here we go, through to Ania, who's tripped on the edge of the box, nothing given. They've got the ball, they're coming forward now. Some slick passing. We are getting numbers back. The system is set up for those 2... Oh, shot. I thought we'd give away a penalty then, and the shot goes over. The system is set up that those 2 midfielders are going to run and run and run. I am going to have to replace them because they're going to get tired. Into Carline, up to Ania. I would like to get a goal ahead. Unwin winning the ball in midfield, out to Tresmario, who's coming the pitch. He shouldn't be this far inside. He's kind of in Cox's way at the moment. Up to Unwin. He's going to play it to Bagley. Back to Cox. It's too safe. It's like watching England. Tresmario. Cox. Is it Tresmanio? It's Tresmanio, not Tresmario. Tresmanio. Kavanagh. Parker. We are keeping possession well at times. Adamson crosses into Brakeman. Was he onside? No, he was offside. I couldn't see the linesman, but I could tell by the camera movement it was offside. But we've put the ball in the net. We've put the ball in the net. We've done something. I've had 2 shots. I haven't had a shot on target yet. Do we give away a penalty? It was looking that way. We were starting to... 3 times we've sort of tripped people up in the box. So it's Vasco on the penalty. Straight at O'Connor. I was going to say what a save. It wasn't a good save, was it? He just didn't move. I suppose not diving is the choice to make. I'm sure the coaches gave him... No, Budgie really like that. Penalty save. I'm sure the coaches gave him advice that if Vasco is on the penalty to stand still and let the ball come to you. There's Stevenson in a lot of room. Oh, it's been deflected in. Daniel Cox with an own goal. That's unfortunate. I don't think there's much you can do about that. It was smashed across. Randall wide. Stevenson unmarked. And then he just smashes it across the goal and it just hits Cox and goes in. There's nothing he could do about that. Smith out to Kavanagh. Cavendish's going to drive up that wing. Unwin steals it. That's what my midfielders do. They win the ball back. Unwin again. Out to Parker. He needs to drive down this line and get a cross in. And he's going to do that. Bateman's under it. And it's Adamson's there. Oh no, he's scrambled on the line. He's scrambled away. We still got it though. And here, inside, curled it round. Oh, saved, tipped round the post by Smith. Tresmanio is not happy. Why is he unhappy? Because I demanded more. And here with the free kick. Played in. Cavani with a header. Adamson's there. It's onside. Adamson scored. First goal of the season. Continuing how he left off last season as well, which is great. I said we were good from set pieces. We lost that first header, but we got the second one, and then we followed in. Kuol with the free kick. Well, that was easy, wasn't it? Well, that was very easy. It's quite depressing, actually. Back to 2-1. They've had 2 shots on target. They've both gone in. This is the plague I've had with goalkeepers. It doesn't matter who goes in goal. You can see the XG story. It's like, we're up there. We're competing. We've had more shots. We've had more shots on target. We've got the higher XG. I think we've got it in us to compete. One thing I didn't do, I might do now, actually. Well, I'll do it after this highlight. I didn't see where we were... back post header again. So if we go to the Championship and go to the season preview, we are predicted to finish second bottom. Watford are predicted to finish 18th, and they're beating us that easily at home. So it's not a great start, is it? But yeah, I did say that having the mentals and the physicals at this level might not be enough, because they aren't as physically or as mentally good as the players we're playing against. And not having the technicals to be able to compete with them. Although it is 2-1 now. Adamson again. The second goal. Unwin coming into the box, playing it across. Bagley, saved by the keeper, it just hits Adamson and goes in. So that makes up for their own goal. Probably need to think about having a look at some subs at the moment. Bagley's not playing very well. Don't need to change the tactics yet either. So Bateman isn't playing very well. So I'm going to bring on Arnold for Bateman. Arnold is pretty much a similar player to Bateman if we compare him with Bateman. Very similar. Just Bateman is a bit more attacking, but he's not playing very well, so I need to do something. Bagley is not playing very well either. Gonna have to be Swaby coming on. Swaby again, as you'll see, all my players. He's a bit better technically. If I compare him with Bagley, quite similar in a way, with Bagley having the better sort of mentals, but Swaby being just that bit better going forward. So he's a good substitute to make, because I just need to get that ball forward a bit more. Cox isn't playing very well, and he's on a yellow card, but I don't have backup centre-backs on the bench because one's injured and one's suspended, so I can't take him off. It worries me a little bit. Ania is tired and not playing very well, so I'll swap him for Tom Davis. Davis is pretty decent across the board. If you look at his history, he's been with me since the Vanarama National and played most games this season with a decent amount of goal contributions. He just dropped down the pecking order from some good signings that I've made. So he's another good option to bring on. Don't want to swap Carline for Dagnogo. There's a lot of decline in a lot of these players. I've got decent coaches, but I haven't got anything else. Another new signing from Maidenhead on a free. So we'll see how they go. I think that'll do for now. Another problem I've got with this system is I am basically almost full-on attack from the beginning, so it's difficult for me to get more aggressive. We'll go distribute to playmaker and roll out. I'll try and keep possession. We've had more of the ball. Just want to keep the ball a bit more. Just try and get that equalising third goal. Only got a couple of minutes left. They've got a corner. Hopefully we can clear it, then break. Corner goes in, back post. Swaby with it away. Adamson's running out to it. He's going to get it as well. The break is on. Adamson through to Davis. He's going to take it all the way. He's going to shoot. It was saved or deflected, so it has gone out for the corner. Davis is on the corner. He's going to take an out swinger. We are pretty good from set pieces. Hopefully this is the one that will get it for us. Cox fouled on the box. We've got got a free kick in a pretty decent position for our big guys to go up. It comes in, and it's not aimed at anyone, and it's cleared easily. That was a bit disappointing. Hoping we can try and get another shout of demand more, see if that'll help. Well, it has. Well, it's helped them, maybe. Oh, no, that was a great highlight, that was. So 3-2, losing the first game of the season, not great. We did have most of the stats. We were on top. Okay, so I'm back and it's nearly a month later, and I wanted to come back now because there's a couple of things I want to show you. One is the transfer window's closed. Spent nothing, received 850,000. We'll get into where that came from in a second. Also, I just want to show this wage expenditure. So Norwich is spending £2.6 million a week on wages, and if we scroll down all the way down, I'm spending £75,000 on wages. So you can see I'm not actually doing too bad. If you take this into account, I'm not doing too bad. I'm 17th, played 6, won 2, drawn 1, lost 3, and I'd say that's okay considering the level of competition. I mean, Preston's got Cole Palmer. That's just not fair. So let's have a look at those transfers. So the two I've signed in the last transfer window was Andy Shaw, who is a 23-year-old Scottish attacking midfielder. He's just better than what we had. He is Vanarama national level apparently, and will be good enough to be a championship player in the future, which is good. But we brought him in as a replacement, sort of starting advanced playmaker, and then also Ahmed was the only other player who was better than what we had. He's come in as a starting advanced midfielder. The only thing I don't like, he is fairly inconsistent, which I don't like. And the reason I've made so much money is because we managed to sell some players. So Jude Collins, my old left back, went for 75,000. Minishall, who was a holding midfielder, went for 15,000. Trosso went for 36,000. And there's lots of loan fees as well. But I managed to sell the guy I replaced for £625,000, which is great. So I replaced him with Ahmed. So if you compare him with Shaw, you can see that Swaby is a bit better in the physicals, but the technicals, attacking and vision, what my team is lacking, those technicals, is an improvement on those as well. So he went for 600,000. I got 2 players in for nothing, so that's not bad. Recent run of results, you can see I've beat County in the first round of the Carabao Cup, and then I beat Queen's Park Rangers in the second round, and I beat Everton in the third round on penalties after getting a red card quite late on. So I was lucky there. And apart from that, they've not been too bad. A 2-1 defeat's not bad. 3-2 defeat's not bad. This 5-2 defeat is bad because I was actually 4-0 down after 13 minutes, so that wasn't great. But yeah, apart from that, everything's going quite well, to be honest. This is sort of how the first team's lining up now, not many changes. It's going well, so we'll come back later. So league form not great, but I've found myself in the Carabao Cup quarter-final, so I'm going to do the draw. Cardiff. I'd like Cardiff. We can get Cardiff. North Ferriby. We're at home against... We're going to make some money, whatever. Tottenham, we'll take that. They are really good in this save. There's the draw at Tottenham. So look at Tottenham. They are currently 4th in the Premier League. They've won the Europa League twice, the Super Cup twice. They won the Carabao Cup three of the last 4. So I'm probably going to get battered, but either way, I'll make a lot of money. Okay, so I'm really annoyed, so I thought what I'll do is I'll come back when we've played 23 league games halfway through the season, see how things are going. What actually happened was I played a rotated team against Tottenham in the Carabao Cup quarter-final and ended up winning 1-0. It was a really good game. Leighton Bagley, 8.5 rating on the goal, absolutely destroyed them. Goddard, 8.2 in net. This is a fairly rotated team, and yeah, we won. So I wish I'd recorded it, but I didn't. But you can see since this last Carabao Cup round, we've won more than we've lost, and we're on a bit of form at the moment, scoring 10 and conceding none in the last 3 games, which is cool. And you can see in the league now, I'm mid-table. I have not lost more than I've lost. My goal difference is back to 0, so we're looking good there. We're a good 11 points clear of relegation. Watford, who beat us in that first game, they've had a 12-point deduction for going into administration, so they should be up here, but unfortunately, they are not. O'Connor, who was in goal, who was on loan, he conceded 30 and 14. I didn't renew his loan spell, so Goddard has come in and done really well. Or at least conceding 6 and 7, which is really, really good. So that's much better than he's been doing in the past, and much better than O'Connor was doing. So I'm glad O'Connor's gone. But I've changed the mentality back from attacking to positive. I've also got slightly shorter passing, a bit less tempo. And I'm also not working the ball into the box, and all that has helped to get some better results. Arnold, I didn't realise, I didn't have him as my starting striker. I didn't realise actually he'd done quite well for the last 2 seasons. Like I said, I hadn't played this save for 3 months, so I couldn't remember everyone and who did what. But he's had 40-yard goal contributions in 44 games here, 30-yard in 43 games here. Now he's had 12 in 21 here, so I'm glad I've moved Arnold into the start, and I've also got Adamson. I am sort of playing Rouvier alongside Arnold as well, but I think Adamson's coming in and doing a really good job. He's got 14 goal contributions in 18 games. Halfway through the season, mid-table, that is much better than I expected to do, especially as now I am considered to be finished bottom according to the season preview. But the results don't lie. I am going quite well in the league, and I'm in the Carabao Cup semi-final. It's against Man City, and I think that is, as much as I thought Tottenham was a foregone conclusion, this is an absolute foregone conclusion. Man City have won the league for the last 4 years. They've won the Champions League the last couple of years. They're top of the Premier League at the moment, having only lost 2. So I don't fancy my chances. So I'm not going to come back for that. But I'll come back for a game later down the line. So, as expected, lost to Man City in the Carabao Cup semi-final. It was a really good run there. I mean, we lost 4-1 in the first round with a 33-year-old Erling Haaland scoring a penalty. And then in the second leg, we were actually winning at half-time. We were 1-0 up, and then Carline got sent off very early. And we ended up losing 2-1 that second leg. So we lost 6-2 overall, which, I mean, it was expected. But I brought it back here because we are record breakers. We have set the record for the worst discipline in Carabao Cup history, 13 yellow cards and 2 red cards, beating Newcastle's 12 yellow cards and 1 red card. We have a record. We are in the record books. Also, some bad stuff has happened because you can see Jamie Jones here is unregistered. We're going to register Jamie Jones. Jamie Jones is in on loan. Jamie Jones is a goalkeeper in on loan, and this is because Felix Goddard is out with he's been out for about 8 or 9 weeks with a fractured lower arm. And if you compare him to our reserve goalkeeper, who is Andrews, you can see that he's not great at all, Andrews. So I needed to get in an emergency replacement. I mean, comparing with Jones, you can see, I mean, he's not as good, but it was the best I could get, and I just needed someone to cover for a couple of months until Goddard is back, which is unfortunate. We also have some more transfer business because we're still in the January transfer window. We do have this Alusu coming in, who is pretty good. He's a 19-year-old Brazilian. I'm still waiting on the scout report coming in. I'm waiting on a work permit coming in. If you compare him with our best striker, Arnold, he's a bit better. So that's good. I'm just need to see how the scout report goes. Okay, well, I was hoping to have more football to show you. I was expecting to either be in a relegation battle or maybe even outside chance of being in a promotion battle. But I was sort of mid-table throughout the whole season. Up until this last few games, so the last 5 games of the season, I actually kept 5 clean sheets and won all 5 games. Going into the last game of the season, I was only 3 points off the playoff spot, but I needed Blackburn, Middlesbrough and Reading to all lose, but I also needed Blackburn there's a big goal difference swing. I was +6 and Blackburn were +15, so I needed there to be a 9-goal swing in goal difference between myself and Blackburn. That's why I didn't come back and play that game, because I didn't think that was going to happen. It turns out Reading, how did they do? Did Reading win? Reading drew with Stoke, Middlesbrough beat Swansea, and Blackburn drew with West Brom. So I did my bit. I won 5-0 going into the last game of the season with 1 from Shaw, 1 from Addison, 2 from Abed and 1 from Arnold. But yeah, I only missed out by a point, and considering my team is very weak, very underpaid, that is actually a really good result, and I'm really happy. I just wish there was more football to show because there were kind of nothing games most of the season. So going into the new season, I do need to look at getting some quality players better than the ones I've got, just to make that next step up, hopefully get that extra 1 or 2 points and get into at least a playoff place next season. It's going to be difficult. I am minus 200,000 in the bank. Also, the other problem is Adamson, who's my top goal scorer and my captain. He's still unhappy because I've broken too many promises. His morale's been low all season, and even though he has done quite well, he scored 21 in 41. He's my top goal scorer, just above Arnold for the season. It is a bit of a problem, and he's worth 3.1 million, so I might try and cash in on him. Another reason I want to cash in on him is that my capacity at the moment at the stadium is 5,700, which is not enough. I'm not earning enough money, but we've just had this with the board. The board are looking to find funding to rebuild the stadium, which is good. So hopefully, not only will I have a better team going into next year, I'll have the possibility of playing in a bigger stadium and getting more income. I've also spent a lot of money on getting the youth system upgraded because this is my youth intake. As you can see, none of these players are going to get signed. They're not good enough. I need to get some players in that I can sell on, basically at this level, just try and get into the Premier League. Or at least have players come into the first team, but with the facilities we've got, that's just not going to happen. So the board are in the middle of upgrading those. And I've also made my first signing of the season. Speaking of players for the future, I've signed Raldane Gifford from Man City on a free. He's going to join me at the end of the season. He's good, decent looking, kind of all-round centre-back and with some decent potential, so I'll probably send him out on loan for the next couple of seasons, trying to get him into a decent club, trying to get him some development, and hopefully he'll be one in the future. Okay, let's look at the end of season review. So bear in mind we were predicted to finish bottom. I mean, 9th, I'm happy with that. 1 point off the playoffs, that's really, really good, really happy with that. FA Cup, yep, crashed out. I played a rotated team against Stoke and immediately went out, that's fine. Carabao Cup, beat County, beat Petersheart Rangers, beat Everton on penalties, beat Wigan on penalties, beat Tottenham, and then got battered by Man City, the best team in the save game. So I'm really happy with that as well. Semi-final of the Cup. Got some money from that, so all good. Had a couple of 5-0 wins. They've picked the one against Derby as the one to remember. And the match to remember, 1-0 against Luton. Scoring in injury time. I don't remember that game, so not really one to remember. And let's look at Tresmanio's goal. I remember this one. Here it is, goes out Tresmanio, and Parker plays it back, and whack! Big curl into the top corner. Really happy with that. It was the 4th goal on a 4-0 win, so oh no, so it was the first goal on a 4-0 win. Okay, that's not bad then. And that was basically my team of the year. It's the team I started out with at the beginning of the year. I did tinker with it going through, but I ended up going back to this and sticking with this one throughout, and it served me well. Play that save formation I've played since the regional divisions so long ago. Signing the season, Sam Parker. He's done really well. He's got quite a few goals and assists from fullback, so that's not bad. Top goal scorer, Adamson. Now, Adamson is still unhappy. I'm going to have to cash in on him, I think. Arnold got fans player of the season, that's fine. Goddard is a top appearance maker. Jamie Arnold is now the top goal scorer for the club of all time. And Swaby was my most transferred money received. And this is going to help the bank's balance. I forgot we haven't got our championship money in, so we've got 4.82 million. Let's see how that affects the bank. Up to 4 million. So now I can start getting some players and hopefully get a new stadium. It's really exciting. I've really enjoyed doing this video. I'm going to do another one. I was going to make this a one-off, but because the season was quite dull, I think next season is going to be a lot more exciting. I think we're going to really be pushing for promotion next year with a couple of good signings. And so, yeah, I will be back. So be sure to subscribe and like and share as well if you enjoy this video. And I'll be back in 2 weeks' time with another one. So see you later.